In the high-stakes world of Formula One, where speed, innovation, and cutting-edge technology reign supreme, it seems counterintuitive that one of the sport's top teams would be inclined to copy the designs of the slowest cars on the grid. Yet behind the scenes, Red Bull Racing has raised eyebrows by adopting a new, unique strategy that challenges conventional wisdom. In this intriguing journey, we delve into the enigma that is Red Bull's approach, dissecting the reasons behind their decision to study and emulate slower competitors. Is this a stroke of genius or an audacious gamble? Why Red Bull has chosen to walk a path less travelled in their quest for the dominance on the track? Are they onto something game-changing, or is there more to this intriguing story than meets the eye? Red Bull made a surprising admission regarding the upgrades they copied on their Formula One car. These upgrades included two specific modifications aimed at gaining a competitive advantage during the Spanish Grand Prix. The first upgrade involved tweaking the floor edge detail to increase the aerodynamic load in that area. This modification would likely improve the car's floor sealing characteristics at higher ride heights, benefiting its performance in slow and medium speed corners. However, it was the second upgrade that drew particular interest. Red Bull described reprofiling the top corners of the diffuser for greater curvature, resulting in a small increase in load. They explicitly stated that this design inspiration came from their competitors. This modification effectively increased the open area of the diffuser, although not significantly, but enough to make a difference in terms of downforce, even though there is an increased risk of stalling. The inspiration for this design came from Williams, the slowest team in Formula One. Red Bull's chief engineer, Paul Monaghan, acknowledged that Williams was the first team to have this design in 2022. However, incorporating such ideas into their own car required thorough understanding and refinement. Red Bull examined the concept multiple times before finding a way to make it work for their dominant 2023 car. While the modifications may not provide a significant performance boost, every little improvement counts in Formula One. Red Bull's chief engineer confirmed that the modification helped, but it is not the most influential factor when it comes to downforce. Nevertheless, Red Bull's ability to extract usefulness from an idea pioneered by the slowest team on the grid showcases their ingenuity and adaptability. Red Bull's design approach has long been influenced by the renowned aerodynamic genius Adrian Newey, who is instrumental in shaping the team's success in Formula One. Newey is recognized for his creativity and ability to generate ideas, and he actively seeks inspiration by closely observing rival cars, not just the front runners, but also those lower down in the order. Despite Red Bull's status as a leading team, Newey's lack of technical ignorance allows him to analyze and seize upon any idea that catches his attention. This curiosity and engagement have kept him at the forefront of Formula One's car design for over 3 decades. By closely observing the developments and innovations of other teams, he gains valuable insights and inspiration that contribute to the continuous improvements of Red Bull's cars. Furthermore, copying in Formula One is subject to specific regulations outlined in the sporting regulations to ensure fairness and maintain a level playing field for all teams. Article 17.3.3 of the Formula One sporting regulation outlines the guidelines for copying in the sport. According to this regulation, teams are allowed to be influenced by the design or concept of a competitor, as long as the information is potentially available to all teams and obtained at competitions or tests. While all Formula One teams engage in studying and analysing the visual details of rival cars to some extent, Red Bull Racing stands out due to its unique design and engineering culture, which is heavily influenced by Adrian Newey. Rather than relying solely on their insights, Red Bull's engineers recognize the value of exploring different avenues and incorporating successful concepts into their own designs. However, it's important to note that taking inspiration from a rival design is not a straightforward process. Formula One cars are incredibly complex machines, and replicating a visual detail is only the first step. Successful incorporation requires a comprehensive understanding of the underlying principles, as well as the expertise to determine its potential benefits and compatibility with the existing car. Although teams have the ability to study and take inspiration from rival cars, it is not an easy task to catch up quickly. A prime example is the intricate underfloor design of Red Bull, which garnered attention after Sergio Perez's qualifying crash at Monaco. The level of detail and complexity in what can be described as the floor's topography was awe-inspiring. Even if one were able to replicate the shapes using computational fluid dynamics (CFD), the visual information alone is incomplete, making accurate replication challenging. Furthermore, it would require an in-depth understanding of Red Bull's intricate design philosophy to have any hope of making it work. Comparatively, when Williams' flaw was exposed during the Spanish Grand Prix weekend after a crash by Logan Sargent, it appeared strikingly simple in contrast to Red Bull's design. Although part of this perception was due to the angle of focus, Williams team principal James Vowles admitted that the team lacked the same level of intricate detail both in visible and hidden areas of the car. However, even if a team could understand and apply another team's ideas, blindly copying without comprehension is unlikely to yield significant performance gains. Integration is the key. Each part of an F1 car must work harmoniously with the whole, taking into account complex interactions between various aerodynamic elements. Additionally, there is a time factor at play. By the time a team attempts to incorporate a rival's inspired design, the original team may have already advanced further, constantly evolving their own concepts. The fundamental car architecture poses another limitation. Mid-season changes to the chassis designs are not viable, and the rear suspension geometry is constrained by the homologated gearbox. Therefore, any inspiration taken must be adapted and integrated into the existing car's structure, which is neither modular nor easily interchangeable. Moreover, the replication process requires a deep understanding and expertise to determine whether the replicated design will indeed benefit one's own car. It involves not only deciphering the hidden details, but also comprehending how the design interacts with key characteristics, such as the mechanical platform. The success of Red Bull Racing lies not only in their ability to take inspiration from rivals, but also in their humility, expertise, and rigorous analysis to assess the potential benefits of such replication. There are limitations to what can be replicated in Formula 1. These limitations stem from the complex nature of the sport and the technical regulations that govern it. One significant limitation is the fundamental car architecture, which includes the chassis and rear suspension geometry. These components are from the backbone of the car and provide its structural integrity. Changing the fundamental car architecture mid-season is a daunting task, as it requires significant time, resources, and engineering expertise. The chassis, in particular, is a crucial element that determines the overall performance characteristics of the car. Therefore, the teams cannot easily alter or replace the chassis during the season, restricting their ability to replicate and integrate a rival's design fully. Furthermore, Formula 1 car parts are not modular, meaning they cannot be simply added onto another car without careful consideration. Each component of the car is intricately designed and engineered to work together in harmony, creating a cohesive and efficient machine. Therefore, incorporating a rival's designs requires more than just a superficial understanding of its visual details. It necessitates a comprehensive understanding of how the design interacts with other components and how it can be integrated into the existing car's overall design philosophy. The new part must not only fit physically, but also complement and enhance the performance of the existing components. The design must be carefully evaluated to ensure that it aligns with the team's goals and does not compromise the overall performance of the car. Taking inspiration from rivals in Formula 1, therefore, goes beyond mere replication. Red Bull's success can be attributed to its ability to not only take inspiration from other teams, but also to assess and adapt ideas effectively. Their design, humility, engineering curiosity, and rigorous evaluation process set them apart in Formula 1. Red Bull acknowledges that replication alone is not enough. They aim to understand the underlying principles and adapt the ideas to suit their own car's characteristics and performance objectives. This process involves a comprehensive evaluation and refinement of the concept before it can effectively be implemented. Red Bull's surprising admission of drawing inspiration from competitor designs for their latest Formula 1 car upgrades highlights their willingness to explore new ideas and pathways to improve performance. The influence of key personnel like Adrian Newey, coupled with the regulations surrounding copying in Formula 1, plays a crucial role in shaping Red Bull's design approach. However, the challenges of replication, including the complexity of Formula 1 car design and the limitations of incorporating rival designs, must be overcome for successful implementation. Red Bull's ability to adapt and integrate ideas effectively has been a key factor in their sustained success in Formula 1. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below.